Clash of Clans podcast, episode 76. The 76ers.
Nah.
Nah. And we're back with the Clash of Clans with the fans and fans. I'm proud to be the Boneyard here with my pal Scotty.
Hey, yo.
And the ever beautiful Lady Boneyard.
Hey, guys.
Continuing
And we're back.
discussing the
And we're
troop
back
contest.
to, we're still having a thing, so we're several beers deep and we're getting into it. We've got troops.
And a lot of coming.
Come on, kitty, what are you doing?
I think we went through like 3 last episode, but we're actually getting to them.
Okay, so back to the troops.
Hey, guys, let's see a Warlock Dark Troop.
Warlock.
Kind of like all right. Introduces a new DPS concept to the game, Area of Effect. So I haven't read these, so this is all fresh.
Yeah, I know that, so keep reading.
Does damage to all buildings and critters in air or ground at a radius of 3 spaces. Spaces, 12 like the Witch, speed like the Witch, hit points like the Witch. Level 1 costs 500 Dark Elixir, does 45 damage per second, area of effect 3. Level 2 costs 700 Dark Elixir, does 70 damage points per second, area of effect is 4. I think this would be a very powerful yet slow and fragile troop with a new way of thinking about clash via area of effect.
I like it.
So the radius grows on the damage. I think that the damage per second has to be either way more because a witch gets taken out so easily that
The Witch is all about the skellies.
right. But if they actually target her, then
she's done.
So if you were going to actually take this troop, the Warlock, and it's kind of like a splash damage troop.
Yeah,
he'd have to be able to have absorb many more attacks than 45 damage per second, because that's like the Hog Rider's like 400 and some
Warlock with
damage per second,
with a range of damage per second as he walks.
So like a building, let's say. So let me look at just any one of my hit point buildings. So if I looked at, let's just even say if it's a collector. Hit points is 840. So the amount of damage, the amount of time that would take for the troop to do
He's doing it to 2 at once.
Yeah.
Or 3 or 4, however many you can target it with him.
But it would need to be more than that if it was
Not
that
on the
weak.
list. Keep going.
But I like the idea of something that does damage to multiple buildings. It's kind of like the Valkyrie.
Yeah.
But the Valkyrie's hit points are way up there. So I like the idea, but I'm
counting that as a Valkyrie kind of a thing, so we're not going to go with that. That's not.
Yeah, it's just the hit point things isn't worked out right.
Well, that's not that's not necessarily a make or break on these new troops. Hey, when people do the numbers, that's not make or break on the troop. It's about the troop and what it does.
Well, kind of. It can be a little bit about numbers because trying to have to figure it out. Can't give them the prize. If it just couldn't.
What's the prize anyway?
We have some Supercell swag to give.
Yeah, we have some swag. Plus my
Little Boney.
The little Boney, the Barb Little Boney.
I thought that was.
So we're gonna let people pick.
You assholes still didn't send that.
No, we didn't send it to Malika or whatever her name is.
All right, so this is from Uda Moose. Uda/Moose.
So we're not going with the thing. We're gonna. That's a Val.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like the other ones.
It
was good. And all these are great.
Yes. Oh yeah.
They're brain exercises, obviously. Okay, Paratrooper, Dark Troop, Paratrooper. 1 can be carried by 2 minions or 1 healer. 4 can be carried by 1 dragon. 2 can be carried by 1 balloon. The air unit with Parasite Troop in tow will fly to nearest ground defense, then drop troop after drop. After drop, the air troop behaves normally. Paratroop will explode attacked on contact with a major boost versus ground defense. Or major, in parentheses, with a major boost versus ground defense.
Use your words. What are you talking about?
I'm reading what is written here, okay? And interpreting as I go along. That's what, because people are typing these on their, like, keyboard or whatever, like iPhone, and things don't come through. It's autocorrect. I'm trying to get through it the best I can. All right. Also, just finished the recent podcast, and I was one of the of at least 2 who got to 0 during the anti-push.
Yeah, people get down to 0. I've seen that. A couple of people are like, hey, check this out. It sucks down here.
Okay, so the basis of this troop is that drops in. Well,
You have to combine it with an air troop.
The air troop will go to the nearest defense, then drop the troop. After drop, the air troop behaves normally. Paratroop will explode, attack on contact. So it's basically...
Okay, I like it, but you can't combine troops. It just doesn't work in the AI. You know what I mean?
It is kind of like if it is a balloon, it's basically saying
like
everything.
All air troops are balloons.
Yeah. If you could work it out in the visual, and it could be really cool.
Yeah, it's not making the list. Okay. I like it, but it's just a balloon. Even if it's instead of dropping a bomb, it drops a troop that then fights and then runs. Goes somewhere else.
It's kind of like the catapult, in that it could get troops in.
Gets troops inside. It's out.
It's kind of cool. All right.
What's the next one?
Okay. Hey, Scotty, Boneyard, Boaz, and Lady Boneyard.
Hey, somebody.
It's Milo,
remembered me.
aka Mighty Milo. Here's my idea of a new troop.
Mighty Milo. He was a Zodcaster for a long time.
The Scallywag.
Huh.
A skeleton pirate that fires a I almost got into a pirate accent. Skeleton pirate that fires a mortar cannon from its ship. The skeleton pirate dark troop is very unique in 3 big ways. 1. Scallywag is a troop that is only dropped in the ocean part of the map on the left side of the screen, and that's where he stays. 2. The Scallywag cannot be hit by any defensive buildings. 3. Scallywag is a troop that lets you pick what you want it to attack. Let me explain before you start to think that this troop would be way overpowering. Here's how he works. Once you drop Scallywag on the water, you can tap where you want him to shoot his first mortar cannon. Once you do that, his troop icon on the troop bar, which is on the bottom, will go from full color to black and white like all the other troops once you dropped all of its kind. After 30 seconds, his icon will go back to full color to let you know you can fire again. You can do that by tapping his icon and then tap the area you want his second shot to hit, and so on.
I like that.
I like it, but that's
this troop deals splash damage and takes up 40 spaces. Takes 700 dark elixir to train. Deals 300 damage for every hit. His mortar hit also do not do any damage to the town hall, preventing people from only hitting the town hall to get a 1-star. This troop would be great to help due to some pre-damage to buildings and defenses before either land or air troops to get to it. Love the show. Take care. The picture I sent with this email is a rough sketch I made at work in like 5 minutes hot, just to give you an idea of how he looked like.
How he looked like. Question.
So you can't use it in war. I like it. Can you print that for me so I can put it on the fridge?
Who has a printer anymore?
Yeah, right.
Don't you have a printer at work?
Yeah.
I do.
I have like 6 of them.
I'll have to dust it, but I can probably get it to you.
Can you please print it for me? I just want to put it on the fridge.
Here's the thing. If you're going to
Make
have...
yourself a note.
I like it. I like the idea. Again, water troop, the boat. And it's firing cannons and mortars into it, right? Awesome. Yeah. I like that. Same thing as a snake. It's shooting shit into it. As an offensive troop, obviously. But this sounds like more of a hero, because if it's going to... you're going to
pirate hero.
You're going to drop it, and then you get to tap the thing
to
again.
Activate its ability.
That's a hero, because you can't have multiple. Because if it takes 40 spots, you could have multiple of them, and then what they take, like each one you have has its own spot at the bottom.
It would take 2. You couldn't do as much damage with like if it took 40. With that much damage, you could never do real serious damage if it couldn't hit the town hall to a camp. I mean, you could take in a couple of them. Or if you took in all of them, and you could only do it every 30 seconds, you'd only get 5 shots, and that would not do anything.
Yeah, I don't think that's.
I like this. I got to tell you, I like it better as a hero, actually.
Yeah,
I like it.
The fact
you can't use it for war.
The Viking King.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It would have.
Oh,
to be
on the war map, there's no water.
There's no water. So that's why you have to do. That's why you have to do water walls and have a moat and have the thing. Because there's no water on the war map.
That's a whole thing. The whole water troop thing. There's no water in the war map. Mm-mm. I like It's
like a pit.
Okay, I love this idea though, because it is basically like having a mini lightning spell. You could hit CC troops with it with one that are coming out. You could take out, like, if the king or queen only got to so much on this and you still had time left, because those war attacks can go really fast. So you could hold on and try to maybe eke up that 50%, depending on.
Okay. I do like it. It doesn't make the list because it is more of a hero troop than.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Right, and because now
You
Lady
might as well just start another column here that says
hero troops.
Hero troops and
spells and stuff.
troop. It's spelling.
Well, we'll do another
fire.
contest.
Yeah.
A new hero contest, and we'll do
The dark
new
spell. The dark spell is the next. Should be the next spell. A dark. You can make a dark spell. Laboratory, and you only get to have 2 of them. Maxed out it's 2, and they do something awesome, but they're really expensive. That again. That's we've talked.
What
about
does it
before.
do?
You could only take a certain number of spells in, so you'd have to choose.
Yeah. Or the dark spell takes 2. It goes into the regular spell thing, but it takes 2 spell spots. The dark spell.
Yeah.
It is
Is
exactly.
it time for football?
Yeah, it's now 5:00. It's kickoff in a little bit. Hopefully my guys are going to push the button. We were going to push the button at kickoff.
Okay, so here
What time is the
we
kickoff?
go.
5 ish. I don't know.
Yeah,
Right,
it
next
is a
one.
cool. It is a cool troop.
Next one.
$359 million worth of commercials.
Yeah.
They better be.
Hey, Bone, it's Rico from Zod. My troop is for a bestial angel. Well, here's how it's written. Am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah.
Well, bestial.
Bestial?
But I would think he meant bestial. Probably needs a cooler name. This acts as a dark troop opposite of the healer fairy, except instead of splash healing troops, it splash rages them.
Ah.
The AI is similar to the healer, where it follows a small group of troops and casts a splash rage effect over a small area. This would be unlocked at TH8 and max with 3 levels, maxing out at TH10. Here are the stats that I can see it possessing per level. Hit points, 300, 600, 1,000. Rage effect, open for discussion, and I'd like to hear that's 10%, 20, 35%. Cost, 200, 300, and 600 Dark Elixir. Housing space of 30. Movement and firing rates are the same as the current healer. Drawbacks are that it does not affect flying troops. Sorry, Bone. And red loon traps to do twice as much damage. Love the show and look forward to hearing the outcome of the contest. I'll show Leo before Zod.
Stop drinking his beer.
Okay.
Nice.
I think that this is one of the... This is going to make the list for sure, for me.
The Rage Fairy. Now it's
The Rage-
Now it is just a troop that does the same troop that does different things, but I like the Rage Fairy.
I do like that. Because I was just thinking that we need a new healer. One that you could actually use during war for like upper...
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Or if there was something with the hero or with the fairy that could make it beneficial
a different
again.
name. I don't like that.
Bestial Angel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that this one's cool. Like a rage shooting. It would make way more sense because she could put her on a king or a queen. Maybe doesn't have as much damage as actual rage, but
and each rage shot that it shoots only works for a second. Like you couldn't just have it would just be a constant rage.
well, yeah, because like with the heal, like she ticks down and then it ticks up, so it's like rage, rage, rage.
And if she moves to somebody else, the rage wears off.
But if it was once per second, then it would be constant.
Maybe it only rages one troop at a time. Like it only shoots instead of a splash rage.
I like the splash though.
Splash rage. Yeah, it's its own spell.
It would actually just give a
All right.
yeah.
All right, Rico. Putting it on the list. Rico, bestiality angel. Gonna fuck some dogs up.
Okay, cool.
Right? Or goats.
All right. Here we go with the next one. Hey guys, I'm a big fan of the podcast and appreciate that you guys take time to put it together. Started listening a year ago, but enjoyed it so much I went through the entire backlog at the time. My job allows for a lot of listening time. Haha. Just for some background, I'm a new TH9, less than a month ago, and I'm in a small war clan with a core of 8 to 12 guys that have been put together for a while. A lot of what I learned from you guys I try to pass on. Anyway, my idea for a new troop. I like the troops we have and feel that each serve a role effectively. To that end, I wanted to come up with an idea of a support troop that could complement an army well. The idea I came up with was a mortar tank. And we have another picture.
Oh, an actual tank.
So it would be kind of cool to have. It's just kind of like the catapult, but with a mortar thing. I kind of like the idea of just actually the catapult just being a catapult and shooting.
Catapult. I like the catapult, but it would be it doesn't move. You lay it down like a clan castle, and that's where it stays and shoots shit in, and the range isn't great or the range is medium.
The thing with the mortar cannon, so the catapult, so the mortar cannon, the mortar tank.
Yeah.
The thing that would be nice about that is you, even if it rolled up, you could shoot it off and it just does a little bit of damage every time within its circle, like where it was planted.
No, it was
So you lure the CC troops and you drop your tank, mortar tank, and it's stuck there, and you can fire at the
town hall.
No, the CC troops, anything, yeah.
Another thing that we've been going on is the AI that's involved in dropping a troop and then using it to target and retarget things. Probably never going to happen. You drop a troop and it does what it does. It's not like you can. I
suppose the mechanics of the game.
It changes it if you can. Oh, I want this thing to go there.
It could only target a defense.
You can drop it. You can't put the crosshairs.
Army.
Yeah,
because you have to have something. So this targets
selecting
walls,
is by
and this
spacing.
Targets the town hall, and this, and oh shit, I forgot to make the troop that targets the archer towers, and because my troops only.
Yeah.
It's
like the hogs of the loons where they go and they defeat all the defenses and then they go for whatever is left.
And placement with no ability to. The only thing that can really adjust your troops once you have them on the ground is your spells.
Yeah.
And even that is like, it just makes them do what they're going to do more.
They did it a little bit with the jump, where things go for the jump spell to go in.
That's how you can influence. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way that really changes the way it changes the AI.
Because the rage is going to.
They're still doing the same thing.
Yeah.
They're just doing it faster and badassery or.
And I guess the lightning too, because you can take.
Badasser?
You can take
badasser.
You can take out things.
Badassery. More badass.
Probably. There you go.
Yeah.
But I guess the lightning does that too, because it allows you to take out a defense if you use a few of them or target a certain thing, which could influence how your troops move.
But it doesn't change their AI. They're like, oh, I'm going to attack that. Oh, that's gone.
Right.
I'm just going to keep doing what I was doing, but now that thing's dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they just have. How about the ADD troops or something? What's that? Oh, wait.
That's a P.E.K.K.A. They're just chasing the butterfly around the outside.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
So the mortar cannon. Of course, it's.
I don't know if it could work as you put it that way. I like the idea. If I could select, and do the troops kind of like the skeleton boat.
Yeah. The skelly boat would just have to fire indiscriminately into the crowd. Like really, it would have to just launch shit straight ahead.
Yeah,
or it would choose.
It changes the game.
It would choose. It'd be cool with the water, like the skelly thing. It can hit anywhere on the map, but it goes after storages first to get those out of the way. Like that's what it hits. It goes after those first because those are big bottlenecks. You know what I mean? The storages and they're heavy, so it'll take a while to knock them out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is from Hamburglar.
But again, the water thing it doesn't work in war. So
that name sounds familiar.
It's kind of out. Yeah. The water troop is not really on the list anymore.
Yeah, bummer that it's out. Kind of.
Yeah, I like the water troop.
It is with it.
I just never thought about it.
If you do the water walls, if you do the moat thing, and then you can put some troops in.
But there's no troops. That's more of a defense. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because.
So this Hamburglar at B&V Minions. Okay. For the troop contest.
That's a good name.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few ideas.
Oh, that's what it is. That's that purple and black thing from McDonald's.
No.
Next,
the purple one is Grimace. The Hamburglar is black and white, and he tiptoes around.
He's got a hat.
And he burgles hamburgers.
And he has a mask on his eyes.
There's no purple.
Who's the purple one?
That big purple monster is Grimace.
For what?
McDonald's.
What does it do?
Ho, 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 big old Grimace. That's about it.
Yeah, he looks like a popsicle.
He's a big dummy. Big old stupid smile.
All right. We're going
I
on.
have to ask the Google about this.
We're going on. For the troop contest, I have a few ideas. Next Christmas, I freaking want a snowman hero that chucks snowballs or a Krampus that throws low troops in a sack or hits them with a bundle of sticks.
The Krampus, that'd be great.
Oh.
A lava worm, not hindered by walls, travels underground and pops up randomly at any building on the map, starts chewing it up, spits out little worms like witches that wriggle around on the surface and has the same damage as skeleton. Only splash damage, bombs, and CC troops affect it significantly. Like the worms and tremors or Beetlejuice. 35 housing space in the tank for the most part. Does low damage but slightly higher on storage.
Maybe there should be a Beetlejuice.
A war dog. I also wanted to see a wolfhound
No.
covered.
They're making a sequel to that movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
I'm not super happy about
Hold on,
No.
we're going on.
I think we've been talking about this.
I was a war dog. I always wanted to see a wolfhound covered in armor and spikes jumping over walls and taking out CC troops. So a CC troop targeter, 12 troop space like a witch. Great
Don't we
to
have
have.
like 6 of those on here?
No,
Not really.
great. 12 troop space like a witch. Great to have in CC for defense, some damage and hit points as a Velk, but no splash damage and faster. Not very effective on
So,
Peckle Golem.
what was the first one?
Lava worm?
That was the first one.
Oh, it's a snowman hero.
Snowman. Okay, that's like a Christmas only troop. I like that. Like Supercell, you know, when the snow comes,
Wherever it grows.
Yeah, like like the whipping tree or whatever that willow, the whipping willow from Harry Potter, where the trees do damage. That'd be cool.
That would be really cool.
That'd be fun. Like during Halloween, like the Halloween break, for a couple of weeks, you
get a haunted tree.
a particular tree does damage, and then afterwards it dies, and then you have to
Remember
cut
the
it down.
tree in Ernest Scared Stupid? The Halloween
Yeah,
movie?
yeah.
And he's, ew, Brussels sprouts. Ew.
Yes,
And that's where the trolls came from?
yeah, that was a good movie.
I
Any
really
Ernest
liked
movie is
it.
good. Ernest
Well,
Goes to Camp,
yeah.
classic.
I haven't seen that.
Ernest
in
Goes to Jail.
Ernest
What?
Goes to Jail.
Did you
That
say you
was
haven't
great.
seen that?
in forever.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
So what do we think? I think the
watch
lava
this with
worm
my
we've
dad
kind
a
of covered
lot.
that one. This one has the difference is comes up, gives birth to baby worms, does
It seems
more
way too
damage.
powerful. It's again, we gotta work on this worms thing. I gotta hear one that's got enough of a drawback, because all the worms so far are just too powerful. If they're going on the ground,
Okay.
and they pop up, they either have to be really weak.
What do you think about the war dog?
I like it. A dog.
What about if you
Unleash
had
the dog
a
of
worm
war.
that was like a
Unleash the hounds of war.
defensive
Yeah.
kind of troop that would like grow fertilize your land so that your
No.
stuff got more powerful?
No.
What?
Yeah.
That would be being able to research the clappers. The little ladies that run around. To keep things
yeah,
cleaner.
that'd be great.
That's what you're saying, really. But having a troop.
It's like a spell.
You just want to, like, garden.
It's like a spell.
Go
It's
play
like
Heyday.
Yep. I am
It's like a
playing
spell.
Heyday.
If you have
Hey,
one-
speaking of which, we need more axes in Heyday.
So with the wall, or so with the
true.
wolfhound, would you?
What
It's
is-
basically a CC troop targeter.
I like it at the Hound, and it goes after CC troops.
Yeah,
It's not super powerful, but it can be
you
later.
could take out a couple. So you drop it after you lured the CC.
and CC troops would target it before anything else, like immediately. It would turn and target that because it's coming after them.
Okay,
You know, like
So
that would be the trade off.
Yeah,
I'm putting
Okay.
it on the list.
All right, cool. Hello,
War
CC.
War Dog. What was that guy's name?
It was Natron 2000.
Nature.
Or no, Hamburglar.
CC troop.
Hamburglar.
Okay.
Okay.
Hamburglar.
All right, and I've read that one.
Hamburglar.
Got to get to the next.
Gonna burgle some hams.
Okay, this is from Zero. My idea for a new troop would be an ice-themed Yeti.
Yeti. I like it so far.
And they had a fake troop picture out, like, coming next, the Yeti.
Yeah.
And I think we've talked about that. It would attack the closest defense and freeze all other defenses in a certain area only while attacking a defense. While moving from defense to defense, it would be vulnerable. It would have to be really expensive, take up a lot of troop space, but have very low health. I envision sending in archers or minions behind it. Hopefully this makes sense in time. Thanks, guys.
It freezes
I think
troops.
it would have to be really elusive, though.
So it'd be like you'd get your
Well, come on.
you get it in.
Changes colors depending on what season it is.
Where the hell's
Be
my
a
Yeti?
chameleon.
Well, this is kind of cool. So let's say you target it at an archer tower. It's the closest defense. It also freezes the defenses around it.
It seems like it's super. That's a premium troop then.
Yeah, but if the housing space is really high, let's say it's
That's
like a
gonna be it,
golem,
yeah.
you could only take in a couple, which would also be like taking in a spell, like a free spell.
Maybe it freezes just the defense it's attacking.
And the ones around it.
Ah,
So you would be able to
would you
send.
do
So
that?
think about it with a golem, right? It basically absorbs all the attack. This would kind of be a reverse golem where it got to something and froze stuff around it.
yeah.
So it'd be-
at a short range, so that the defenses that are just outside of its range can still hit it. Like an archer tower
Yeah.
can nail it because they have huge range.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeti.
I just got a really good idea for Heyday. They should have worm bins, and then when you collect worm juice, you can put it on your crops, and they'll grow faster. So it'd be like
Well, we'll put that on
range
the.
We'll put that on the. We'll put
Heyday
that on the Heyday podcast. Yeti.
You are not in the competition, Lady
Yeti
Bugger.
freeze. Yeti freeze.
Okay.
neither are you two.
The idea that I have is
But
one
I
that you
have
guys
really good
were
ideas.
actually talking about. But I think I figured out
It's
how to
not really
keep
an
it
idea.
even so it's not overpowering. Basically, one that Supercell could actually add. It's a dark troop wall breaker. I pictured as a wall breaker that rides a rhino skeleton.
What?
His horn is big and covered in armor. When you drop him in the map, he runs straight to the town hall. Here's the trick: he doesn't have hit points, so defenses won't hurt him. Instead, he has a certain number of hit points of walls he can crash through, depending on his level. When he's reaches max, he dies. For example, and these numbers are, for example, only they'll need to be tweaked. If he has a level 1, he can do 2,000 hit points of damage. So if there are 3 walls made up of level 5 black, I think 100,000 points per section, he could ram through the first 2 walls and die. As you level up this troop, his hit points go up. So if you max him at, let's say, level 5, he could do 10,000 points of damage. So if you attacked a base with all level 8 walls, he could easily blast a path to the town hall. I think this would be one awesome troop and wouldn't upset the balance. Clash on. P.S. How fun would it be to use this troop to troll a low-level base and watch him run all the way through the base to the other side?
Yeah, I like that. Also, that's a battering ram.
Yeah.
That's what it is, right?
Well, except for he's identifying the number of hit points. Like, he can't get hurt, but he's got...
And I don't like that. I don't like the fact that he's immune to damage.
Yeah, maybe he just gets higher hit points or something.
I don't like that. I don't like the fact that because bombers they die at the end once they've exploded. Maybe bombers wall breakers can go and destroy 2 walls because they have 2 kegs. They drop one, back up, explode.
Right, but they could also be hit by defenses.
Yeah.
This one is saying like he send him in. He's a big troop. He goes in through X many of walls.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like a jump spell.
Now here's the thing: if you did that,
It's kind of like a jump spell.
If you could, no, it's because jump spells are timed. Once you open a wall, it's open for the whole 3 minutes.
Right.
If this thing isn't if this thing doesn't take damage, then when it's maxed, it can get through 1 wall. And maybe 1.5 walls, like 1.5 skulls, or 1.5 Legos. It'll bust through the first one, and then it'll get to the second one, and then die. And then the second one you send in can get through.
So you'd be sacrificing housing spaces for sure getting in.
Yeah, a lot of housing space because you're
So it could work really well.
Guaranteed to get through walls.
It would work in conjunction really well with jump spells. I just don't. I think it could be too overpowering.
Yeah, I don't.
It would be a delicate
I don't
balance.
like the fact that it can't take damage. Oh, battering rams can take damage.
Okay.
Well, I'm sticking with the
I
battering.
think it's I like the idea that it's by the number of walls, the number of hit points, so you can for sure do it. I mean, like the skeletons. Like if you knew for sure you could count on them. You know,
the battering ram it
then
does,
if
it
it
does
doesn't
X amount of damage
Yeah.
per second, and it just batters at a wall until it goes through it. And if it's taking damage, it'll die. But if it doesn't, it'll go through the next wall and keep doing it until it's dead, not until it runs out of hit points that it's taking by exploding walls like the wall breakers do.
Yeah.
Battering ram is the...
And part of this is these are being read in the order that they came in.
Yeah, right.
So the battering ram might have lost out.
Right. To
depending.
I don't know. But yes, with all these troops, the first person in. Yeah.
So if some sound like the other ones, it's like, well...
the first...
okay.
he got in first. So
Yeah.
so the battering ram is still in. Unless we hear a better version of the battering ram. And that's close.
Yeah.
But I don't like the fact that it can't take damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's continue.
Okay. All right, so this is another idea I had. This is for a new spell. I really love this idea, a fire spell. So when you drop the spell, everything in the ring... So we already had this.
Yeah, we already had this idea.
I don't know if it was...
Read it.
I don't think it was the same person.
No.
Unlike other spells, it doesn't have a duration. It never stops, and the longer it goes, the bigger it spreads. Okay, that's something different.
No, it's like
Drops-
a wildfire.
Upgrading the spell means the
That would
faster
be
it
the name
grows
of
and
it
the
too,
more
huh?
damage it does. It would have to be tweaked, but I was thinking at 2 minutes,
I'm not
everything
in
in
the
the ring of
contest.
fire would almost be destroyed, and surrounding buildings would be at 50%. Another option I was thinking of is instead of making this a new spell, make it a new level of lightning spell. So basically, the lightning would strike and then start a bunch of little fires. Anyway, I just thought, Clash on. Papa Smurf 83, Clan Zombie 13.
Papa Smurf, I like the idea. Well, of course, this isn't in the contest, but new spell, a wildfire. When you drop it, it's got a radius of like 3. Even when it's maxed out, it still only has a radius, but over time it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But it should also burn your own troops. Fire spells that deal hella damage should damage your own troops. It's a weird dichotomy of making that like a badass spell, but a fire spell where everything's on fire. You guys are going in, they're gonna burn.
So here's why I really like this.
So then you need fire.
If you attack a Town Hall 10 and you're going in and it's hard to get the 3, you would drop that spell in the back, let's say.
Yeah.
Where it's starting to weaken the buildings and everything. So that if you actually made it to it,
Those buildings will go down in a second each.
yeah. So
Yeah,
you could,
you
so you would have to like get the 50%, get through
Yeah.
whatever, and make sure.
If that fire spell was maxed out, you could drop it, and it would burn. Like, what's the highest hit point in buildings? Storage is probably. I mean, it's one of the top. Like, if you dropped it right away, it could burn a storage out in 3 minutes. You know, it would take all 3 minutes to actually.
You know what? I would actually say the opposite. I would say it could only do up to, so it can actually like kill a building, but it could make it so that at the very end it gets faster. So like a barb can walk up to it, smash down.
Yeah.
You know, smash. And so what you would do is
it leaves the shell.
Yeah.
Like it's burnt, but it leaves the shell, so it's still a building. It's not destroyed, but it's only like a 1 hit left on it after it's done burning.
so you would want to put it in a place where you're going to attack this building or this camp, and you go in and go, here's my plan of attack. I'm going in. I'm going to hit this.
You're going in at home. You put that shit at second, so it comes around.
Maybe,
last
but you go, okay, this is the way it's going to go. Well, maybe I threw the wildfire down, and then that way when my hogs get there, it's going to be weaker. Okay, so that was the wildfire. Okay, this is nothing more than a ninja idea from Boom Beach. But the more I play both games, the more I like the troop idea. Okay, so I played a little bit of Boom Beach.
Me too. I started it up, didn't get very far in it.
Yeah,
It was just
I don't know.
at the time. I probably
Warrior.
again.
He uses a magic hammer that heals him with every blow. So this is a troop in Boom Beach.
Yeah.
And every time he's hitting on something,
It heals himself?
He heals himself.
It's
And
kind of cool.
it is kind of cool because it would mean it kind of reminds me of the drag thing, but the space
The
between
Hydra thing where it gets.
yeah. But the time between buildings would be his downfall. So he
Yeah.
gets more and more. See, I don't know how it'd fit with the hogs necessarily, but I like the idea that you send him in, he's healing himself, and then he's got to go to the next thing. He'd almost have to like target a certain thing. So
The heal, you'd have to target a certain thing, so he's walking longer, or the heal only
So you
works.
place.
Maybe it targets anything, but the heal only works when he's destroying pumps or mines or storage,
Yeah.
or it only heals when he's hitting defenses.
or elixir, yeah,
Yeah,
elixir buildings.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because if it's
Something
magic
like- or
is elixir,
walls.
elixir is the magic. So
But here's the thing: it's a troop from a different game. It can't make the list.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
That we're going with.
Yeah. I guess so.
Brand new for Supercell is what we.
I like that idea. It's just not flushed out as much. Like it would have to
You
be.
said it again. Flushed out. You know.
Flushed out.
Yeah.
Fleshed out.
Fleshed.
out with
Fleshed
an E.
out?
You keep saying flushed out. It's just.
Well, no, but like
That's
when
like
you're
getting flushed down the toilet.
Yeah.
No, but when you go hunting, like in the woods, you flush out the game.
No.
Yeah, but that's not. It's getting fleshed out. You go from the skeleton to the bare bones, and you flesh it out. You make you create whatever idea. You go from the outline to you flesh it out. You make it
Okay.
a full
Okay.
thing.
All right.
It's a thing, right? Right?
I'll
Right.
I'll change the spelling of that word in my head.
Please do.
Okay. So second thing is
The way you think is wrong.
the beacon of light, spell type item. A separate item from the spell factory, but uses a similar concept, so new building would need to be built. The light well. When the beacon is dropped, any troops within its radius will be drawn to the center of the area of effect, and then will attack the closest item to that point. This could be used to push troops in the middle of a base, or to make them all focus one defense. This would only work on TH9 enough bases, and would only be available at TH9. Cost gems, 5 to 10 gems per beacon. Max 1 beacon per fight, 3-hour cook time. This shit would be OP. Need to keep it in check.
What's OP mean?
Overpowering.
Yeah, and it sounds like you can drop it anywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I like it. It's the target spell. Everybody run there. Is
Yeah,
what
but
it is.
I kind of think what it's saying is that it is
not a
used
spell.
on defensive.
It's
on defenses more.
What?
It's a separate item from the spell factory, but uses similar concepts.
It's an offensive.
Okay, the light
it's an
well.
offensive thing.
When the beacon is dropped, any troops within its radius will be drawn to the center. Okay, so it's a targeting spell. I was thinking of it opposite. I was thinking in terms of where you place it as a defense.
As a building on your map.
Yeah, like if
Like
so
it
you
would
go
draw-
okay.
it would draw the
instead
other
of
troops.
buying a shield, you bought. Okay, I'm gonna buy a light well, and I'm gonna put it right here so that any troops that come around are gonna get taken into my defenses, like I do with my
The
Teslas.
Yeah, the Tesla.
But it would cost
the
you.
alleyway where they go in and get it. Yeah.
But it would cost you 3 gems.
I like the idea of using gems as a. Actually, I don't.
Well, no,
You should
we
be able to. You should be able to play this game and play everything for free.
right, and you can because all you do is collect the gems by pulling up your obstacles.
Yeah. I
So you
guess they
could-
do give you free gems. So yeah, if it's cheap, if it's 30
Yeah.
gems, you can use it once every a couple of days because you get gems out of your obstacles. Yeah. Okay. I'm good with that.
And if you could have 1 per,
The light well, but it's an offensive troop is what he's
Yeah.
describing, and you can't place
think
it anywhere
it's a
because there's nowhere to
targeting.
place it because you can't. All of a sudden, there's a building between 2 buildings on like it needs an open square on the map to put a thing there. Barbs walk over buildings, but you're putting a new thing.
I like the idea of things pulling in.
It's a
targeting spell, but it's kind of like a black hole. Like you put it, and that's where like things would, if they were in the range of it, it would pull them in.
Yeah.
I like that idea, but it's obviously not a new troop. It's a
target spell.
Mine was the wind spell that pushed troops a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is goofy. It's a target spell is the way is the answer there.
Yeah, it's probably a better
Put
idea.
it
than
and
that.
everything runs towards it. Whatever its range is.
But
It's a whole map or it's a huge range.
the wind spell would also make things avoid it.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, I don't want you guys to go over here,
Yeah.
which would be more
A
tricky.
repel spell.
Yeah.
That's also kind of a thing.
Okay.
That's kind of good. Repel spell. Your troops go around it.
And it's bad leg again. He's already got one in the contest.
He's got 3.
3. We had to cut out the 1. Okay.
Well, what was his other one?
Botox,
Oh,
70.
the shaman, the inferno target, which is cool, but it's just a troop that targets infernals.
Okay, so I can cut out a couple of these. So Botox sent some Botox 70. They sent in a couple ideas.
All right.
So I guess we'll go through the couple ideas.
All right.
Okay, number 1, Shining Swordsman. The idea behind this is like a laser, except lasers don't fit with the motif, so it's a shining sword. Like Boneyard suggested in an episode for this character, you would set a destination point and he will walk from his drop point to the destination in a straight line. Come hell or high water, he is not deviating from this path. He'll take 3 steps, drop his shining sword. It will shoot a ray of light about 6 tiles so it damages multiple objects with a ray. Then it takes 3 more steps, barring unbroken walls, and shoots again.
I don't... What?
So the dude goes, takes 3 steps, damage. 3 steps, damage.
Huh.
But since it's a targeting thing, we kind of threw that out.
Yeah, and he's got a lightsaber
A shining sword.
with a laser.
No, it's like a laser, but it doesn't make sense with the motif.
So it's
not a laser.
It's an archer. It's a targeted.
It's kind of targeted barb, targeted P.E.K.K.A., targeted any.
Yeah. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. It's a barb because it's got a sword. It's just a dude.
It's not. It isn't fleshed out. Okay. Sentinel.
This fucking guy.
This high hit point / low attack power troop that guards one building you choose. It only concerns itself with troops that attack that one building and ignore the rest.
So it's a defensive troop.
Yeah, kind of cool. But one building.
What do you
Wait,
do?
say it
It
again.
would just be a town hall. What about a town hall protector? Town hall protector. You train your town hall protector, and it's kind of like having things in the CC.
It doesn't do anything except for troops that target the town hall, or it.
Yeah, that won't work either. Never mind. Okay. Catapult trebuchet shoots shit a long way and has high splash damage. We had other ideas that were
Yeah.
Lancer
Sorry.
or Senator.
I just like the way that you said that, Scotty.
Which one? Shoot shit.
Shoot shit along.
No, that's what I'm reading
Oh.
the email.
Well, you've been paraphrasing, so.
Okay, Lancer
All right, well,
or
I like the way
Senator.
he wrote that then.
Rides around the perimeter of a base, killing outside buildings. Cannot jump over walls. Requires opening in walls 2 tiles wide to pass.
Centaur. Is that what it said?
Lancer or Centaur.
Centaur. It's an outside guy. 2 spots to get to the wall. That's what makes him unique. That's going on the list.
Yeah, that is going on the list.
And
I think
I'm
that's
going. I like the guy, like a dude on a horse with a lance.
because that would
But-
help with
but-
Town H10 cleanups.
Yeah, but I'm going with the Centaur and we probably heard that, or we might even have talked about having
No.
a Centaur in the game because we got Minotaurs, Yetis. You know, I like the Hydra, the new kinds of troops. You know,
Yeah.
not just a dude with a battering ram is an awesome idea, and a little skeleton on top of a fucking rhino skeleton is a cool visual. So it's new types of troops. Centaur.
Yeah.
I
like
who
that
wrote
'cause-
that? Who wrote that? Botox.
Botox.
Botox 70.
I like the
Centaur.
Botox 70.
2 spots
Okay, and I'm reading through the other ones that
in
he sent
wall.
in.
Hold on now. Let's talk about Centaur real quick. It has to go through 2 spots in a wall. Does it targets outside or does it go inside once it has 2 spots?
Then it can go inside.
And it won't attack a wall until everything outside is dead. It'll just keep moving around.
Well, it can't. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't attack a wall.
Right.
Wait, what?
Well, it
Couldn't jump. It could only go through a wall.
It would target the wall once everything around the outside is dead.
Yes, that would be cool.
Like some bases, what's on the outside?
Well, it could mean
You know,
that
like-
you could swarm them around the entire. If you could shrink their defenses to the interior, then that would mean you could 50% the base. It'd kind of be like a barching thing, because you could take out the closest
Where
defenses.
the king runs around with his troops like a gang of barbs, and they just go around
Yeah.
the outside before they go inside because
Yeah.
there's enough stuff.
Yeah. And so that would work if you took out the defenses that were like towards the outside. They could target the outside. That would change the game a little bit.
I like it. Centaur.
Okay.
I'm gonna put on outside 2 spots in the wall.
Now he has. So I looked through the other 2 ideas he sent, and I'm just going to pick the one because the other ones kind of mimic what we have done,
Just read
or
it.
not good.
Yeah.
Not good. Okay. Anyways, Siren, expensive troops, sings enchanting song, luring the CC troops to her.
Excellent. What is its downfall?
That's all it is.
That's all I said?
Yeah, it would only be used. So it'd be like a lure, the troop you'd bring into lure. You'd have to pull the people out, but then call things to her. So you'd have to make sure everything came out.
Does she
But
have
you would know
does she
that
have
this-
a range or just no range? I mean, no range. Just
No
put her
range.
in the corner.
It's kind of like throwing a barb. I'd imagine like throwing a
A barb at a
builder hut in a
builder
corner.
hut in the corner, right?
So, okay, I want to pull the troops this way. So I'm going to lure them out, and then I'm going to drop my siren, and then they're going to go towards her.
Super weak. She doesn't attack anything. She just sits there.
Yeah, she
it's
just
like a
sits
beacon.
there.
It's a call spell.
Yeah. But this is a troop.
It's a troop, but it's a
So what do you like better? Because we can only take one from each person.
centaur. Oh, centaur down
Okay.
2 spots in the wall. That's a unique.
I could
idea.
really
like
see
that.
the siren working. But
Yeah, no, I like that. I like
like
the
it.
idea of the siren as a troop because it's a cool, mystical, logical type thing.
I like all of these ideas. All of them are different and unique,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we just can't pick
We
them all.
got to find the best. Some of them are just variations of existing troops, which is cool, but it's not a new troop as far as the contest goes, right? What do you got next?
okay. Okay, so there's only 2 more. There's
You're kidding me.
No, we did put. I did put out a call for people to say what they'd like to see in the game in 2015, like their New Year's resolution. Like a year from now, here's what I want to see in the game. So some of those emails have come in. All right, this is from Illness. Get Up Kids. My idea is not a new troop, but a combined troop. Think for a very costly combining fee, having a dragon with a wizard, a giant that carries a wall breaker that is safe till it hits the wall or giant dies, a golem or P.E.K.K.A. that carries an attack troop that's ranged, i.e. witch, wizard, archer, each costing more based on the damage troop costs, etc., also being safe till the one holding them dies. Let your brains run wild with this, because this game is change your shit. This is game changer shit. Illness, Get Up Kids.
Where a wizard riding that fucking dragon,
Yeah.
shooting that shit that the dragon it targets something else.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then once the dragon dies, the
The
wizard,
wizard
is-
falls and dies. I don't know. It'd be
Yeah.
a thing. It obviously isn't even a new troop idea, but that's a cool idea. Like, what would be the pairings? What would you want to use to send in war? I like the idea of a
How would
Could
the buttons
could
work?
You pick, could you
and that's the
pick
other thing is that it
Maybe it would be all or nothing. You have to do like
they have to have a whole new thing.
you could pair like giant and wall breaker, like you said, or giant or like wizard and dragon. But if you only made 4 wizards and you had 8 dragons, only 4.
Yeah, it'd be tricky. I guess.
And you could
It's
only
not-
get one pairing, so it'd be like a archer, a barb carrying an archer on its back.
Well, what's it gonna do? That doesn't work.
Well,
Look,
it would get
right into wherever it needs to go. And then
Yeah,
you
'cause the
drop it
archer
off,
would
or
get-
you wait until it dies.
Shooting arrows.
so
as it's
some
carrying.
combinations wouldn't work very well.
Yeah, right. Some would though.
Yeah. That would, but you know what? It doesn't have a name.
Well, it's not a troop. It's just a cool idea to
Yeah.
pair stuff up. But it really would be game changing shit because it would have to change the not just the mechanics of how the buttons work and
Yeah.
combining things and
You just go click, click.
overlap. I mean, you have to do it while you're training them that way. Does any wizard can just
think
jump on a
so.
dragon? I think you'd have to be raising that dragon so you become a dragon rider and then bust some shit up. So you have to train them together.
Huh. That'd be kind of cool to do a dragon rider. Okay. Anyways, let's save it for other people's ideas. Anyways, hey guys, love the show. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm Rambo Lamb. Rambo Lamb, like is in the sheep. From House of Zod with the troop idea. She would be called an assassin and will live up to its name. Boneyard already likes this, I can tell. A low hit point.
Because you know why I like Assassin? Because it has the word ass in it twice. ass in.
Okay. A low
Favorite
hit
color/texture is alabaster.
Okay.
A low hit
Slash
point,
texture.
low damage per second, low cost, and low troop space troop. Hell bent on taking out the closest hero around.
Hero troop assassin.
Ooh, yeah. I like this. This is
Yeah.
a very fleshed out idea. Okay. A dark troop unlocked at TH9.
Hopefully we won't have to flush it.
I hope not.
Aesthetically looking similar to either the Assassin's Creed character or the
Boo.
Fett's, for obvious reasons. Boba Fett looking.
Yeah, Mandalore.
But what's most important are the troops' abilities. More and more high-level war attacks relying on taking out the dreaded Archer Queen, and this little guy can help. Super fast troop whose Main advantage is the ability to climb walls, and once it encounters its royal foe, doles out rapid dagger blows until taken out.
Huh.
But here's the ticker. Its daggers are coated with a dark poison, obviously, that gives residual damage even after the assassin dies. Maybe even for the rest of the battle. I think that's a really cool thing. The pros, you can now vary your attacks more at high levels when the queen is well protected. It will cause people to protect heroes even more, surrounding it with traps and bombs, and since it has low hit points, still needs to be used skillfully to do its job. It would also make the idea of 3-starring a good TH-10 not out of the question, which I think will be important in upcoming updates.
Right.
The cons, its main purpose centralized around war, so might not be used much while farming.
Well, that's okay. A lot of people.
I think this one goes.
No, you have a couple of those for farming.
I think this one goes on the list.
Yeah, I already wrote it down. Rambo Snassin.
But the troop's name is the Assassin.
Snassin. Got it right there.
Okay.
He's gonna Snassin.
I really like this one because since we can no longer lure.
Yeah, it's the counter lure.
Yeah, or you could send in a
and-
golem at a queen and let as the one's target, and you can get the people in close.
He comes with little snatch and comes around the back and ice,
Yeah.
fucking stabbing her right in the kidney.
And
That's
so
good.
it's like hitting her right there.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, so that happens, but then it gets shot down. So it's doing a lot of damage, and then the damage slowly drains her.
Yeah.
After that.
Several compounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, more poison from different dudes.
Or no, after that. Like, so once it's dead, so it does a bunch of damage when it's doing it, but then it starts slowly draining
The poison
her after that. Yeah.
And if several
Kind of like the reverse Inferno.
well, if several Snassins attack her, she gets the poison compounds. Like it's like, oh, I got 8 of them in there, and they all hit her once.
Yeah.
But
What if, and they're still alive, what if they just keep stabbing and they don't kill her, and then,
they just stab her once and poison her, and then they leave?
no, they would keep doing it till they died.
It's kind of one of the other.
So it would stick on that one. So let's say, okay, I can see how this would work. So I'd send in my assassin at a queen, and I'd send in 3. Okay, and I'm going, all right. Well, if as long as they've been in there, longer, it's kind of like the reverse Inferno where it drains it faster and faster and faster.
Mm-hmm.
The longer she gets there, but you'd want 2 or 3 of them to survive so that they'd go towards the king, because they need to make it over there to stab him at least once.
Yeah, I don't think
to start to drain him, but depending on how many times that it is stabbed, then it goes faster and faster. Like the Inferno, like the longer it's on
you
him.
want it to be exponentially.
Yeah.
They get more powerful the longer they attack you.
Yeah, and I would
That's out.
so I would say this.
I don't think so.
No, I would say this.
The
then.
poison is
the No, I'm saying like the poison exponentially based on how many times. But here's why I could see it working. Let's say there's 10 housing spaces. So I could only take in 3 or 4. If I need to steer my troops and I want them to last, then I would target like the nearest hero, hope that she is down or he is down until I get there. And if I took in like 10 of them, maybe it makes it to the second hero, but then you've sacrificed so many housing spaces.
Yeah.
That
I got that.
So it'd be a real big balance. So it's a level 40 hero. I might have a chance against this guy guarding it.
Yeah, if you bring in some Snassins that aren't being targeted by the hero because you got something else on the board.
Yeah,
and then maybe you also,
and you can only take out one.
You
maybe
also
because
you also got some of that defenses out, so it's just a hero walking around smashing shit, and you can fucking snassinate him right in the back.
Yeah,
I like that idea. Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay.
I think when you say snassinate, you kind of lose one of the asses.
And we
I gotta have all that ass too. So I gotta talk about.
Here's what we'll do:
assassin to assassinate.
We do have some voicemail ones.
Assassinate, Yeah, that's
but
2 asses.
let's wait till the next time to get to them. We're at 53 minutes.
Snassinate. You're completely missing one of them.
But it's still snazzy.
Snazzy. All right, so we are at 53 minutes.
Okay.
So here's what I think.
What?
Since we have some voicemails that came in
Yeah.
from people with troop ideas.
Oh.
I've read the transcripts, just
Well, that's
because, of course, Google Voice doesn't quite transcribe it, right?
No.
Let's listen to one of them. Let's tack on.
No,
one.
let's wait till next time we record. We'll do the voicemails at that point, and then everything else that's wrapped up.
Word.
But the voicemail will still be
In the contest?
in the order.
Okay.
Okay. since because of course we do one more troop, it's going to be about 15 minutes of us blathering about it. So, but I want to debate after tonight, after these last 2 episodes, what
is that still on the list?
What's
now I've got like 14 things on this list that are all dope.
Yeah. So we're going to have to like narrow it down a little bit. So
I think we're going to probably have to make packages of prizes.
Let's review everything that's on the list quick.
Okay.
And then let's narrow it down to what still stands.
Okay.
All right. Hydra.
So each of us get to pick 3 to move on.
Okay.
And so you have to read them all again.
All right.
And then we'll all vote.
So now do we get to based on our modifications? 2 of those troops get to vote on them, or the troops that were submitted as is?
Yeah.
As is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's go
and we
back.
could actually ask, if we wanted to vote for somebody that wanted to revise their troop, to make it, to address the things, we could do a revision part, maybe.
All right, listen. Rambo Snassin. It's a king, or it's a hero attacker.
I'm definitely putting that on my list.
I like that.
I like that.
That's getting a star next to it. Okay.
That was a 3.
So we only get star.
We only get 3 votes.
It's got 5 points.
We only
I
get.
don't know what that is.
We only get 3 votes.
Okay.
So you got to vote there. You got to vote there. That's 2. 0. The Yeti Freeze. I'm gonna move. I'm just gonna read them all. Yeti Freeze, War Dog, which was a CC troop target. The Centaur. It's got to go through 2 spots in the wall, and it goes around the outside. Rico had the Angel, which was a splash rage.
God,
Coop had a Zombie.
Which turns the CC troops
against it. The Charlie in the trees with the taser worm. Minotaur, and that targets the town hall. Goes in with his axe.
Okay.
And water troops are out. They just have to be because there's no.
Damn
war.
it!
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Sorry to everybody that.
Here, guys, unless you change it to the water walls,
I'm really in pain right
walls.
I know, God.
Because I think it's good. I think it's gold.
I'm in pain right now trying to have to decide.
And we also have the battering ram, and the Hydra, and the Dark Goblin Air DE. That's going to be out because that's just a troop this is an existing troop that does something different. And the electric short range Prince, but that was more of a
hero, so that's out.
Troop, so that's out. Okay, well, water troops are just out. So we got Hydra, battering ram. I'm taking the stun worm off. I guess I'm not taking.
Okay, so keep going through the list.
Hydra, ram, Minotaur, taser worm.
God, I hate
Zombie, Rage Angel, because it's got a great name. The Hamburglar. Oh,
Hamburger was the guy.
That wasn't the troop. That was the guy. That was the War Dog. The Yeti Freeze, Snassin, Centaur.
Okay, I'm going to do this because this is.
You know what?
Because the things that I think I like them all, but I'd like certain ones of them for doing different things.
Okay.
But to be the most, overall game, what would be better for the overall game in farming and in war?
Yes.
I'm going to go with the battering ram.
Yeah.
The assassin, which you already have, and I'm going to go with the rage archer.
Rage Archer.
The
rage.
The angel that flies around and does splash rage.
Yeah.
2 multiple troops or 1 troop, but that's her shtick.
I think that would be something that if you added it to the game, that would change. It would give you spell ability, kind of just like the heroes with the Iron Fist and things like that.
And the fairy's already a traveling.
You got a healer and you got a rager.
The fairy's already a traveling spell.
Right.
She's the heal spell that travels around. I mean, that's cool.
And I think if you added a rage one to it, I think that would make sense in terms of what we could actually see.
Yeah.
And that would make sense in terms of war and in farming.
I know it would be easy to do, probably, as far as Supercell implementing it, mechanic-wise.
But
damn, Boneyard.
I want to pick the other ones, too.
Pick 3.
The assassin.
Yeah.
The worm.
The taser worm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the dragon thing.
The dragon
The
thing?
four-headed dragon.
The Hydra.
Oh, shit. I left that off my list, didn't
Tough!
I?
You already voted.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
our real results will be on the next episode.
Oh, I forgot about the Hydra.
Now it's my turn.
Okay.
So right now, the Snassin has 2 votes. The Hydra has 1 vote. The Battering Ram has 1 vote. Charlie Trees is 1. Angel has 1. I'm obviously going to vote for the Battering Ram and Hydra. And that makes 2 votes for...
I will trade my Rage Fairy
For the Hydra?
for the Hydra.
You didn't even need to do that. But, yeah. No.
I think that... I think... You know,
Overall,
the only reason
overall game-wise, like you just said about rating, the Hydra.
Yeah.
That would work in both, and it's fucking...
The other one would be a smooth transition. I think it'd be cool to do. But damn, I just wish I did. I wish I could... Yeah. I'd like to see all those troops. I'd like to see...
I'd like to see
the
every
ones
single
we
one of
picked.
these troops, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're bringing along to the next game, and I'm also going to go with the Centaur. So I got the Hydra, the Ram, and the Centaur in there. We left out the other freeze, the War Dog, Ranger, the Rape Angel, zombies,
Rape Angel.
taser worms. Minotaur is cool. I like the Minotaur as a maybe it could be Minotaurs holding the battering ram. Maybe it's the Minotaur is the battering ram. You know what I mean? Like I like the
How about
visual
this?
of a Minotaur, but it could be the Minotaur just runs straight and
How about this?
smash the shit with his horns.
Why don't
So
we
the battering ram? is
Why don't we
battering ram.
take our votes and say, okay, anybody we vote for is still in the running, and then we can think about it,
Right.
and then when we hear from people, then we can make a decision because we're not making a decision tonight on 1, 2, or 3. So I would change my battering ram vote to the fairy, the Rage Fairy.
All right,
So that way there's more covered.
all right, we're going on to the next round with the Hydra, the battering ram, the Centaur, the Snassin, the Rape Angel, and the Taser Worm. Rage Angel.
Raping Angel.
It's the Rangel.
Okay, the Angel. Yeah, I feel comfortable about that. And so if you are listening and you have input on which one you think is the best, I want to hear about it.
Fans of the Sands can vote on this too. So
Yeah.
if you want
I think everyone should vote on
to
it.
put in on these ideas, we'll be talking about them in future episodes. But not too many more. We got to wrap up this.
No, we'll do one more episode with any of the last minute troop things that have come in.
Okay, so you got to put this episode up and have it up for a week.
No, I said February 1st on the last one. So anything that if people haven't heard it quite yet, when we record the next one, whatever is there, we will get through, read, and then put them in the pool.
So people won't be
So
able to listen.
So do we do one more week then?
No. All submissions
I've now done.
are done.
So,
But
so the fact that I just told people that they want to
Okay.
vote on shit, they won't because
No,
they're
you
not
can-
going to hear this.
No, you can vote on it.
Yeah, but they're not going to hear this until well after the contest is over.
because we're not going to record for another week
Yeah, when are you going to put this up?
this week.
All right, well, whatever.
So, we'll
Anyway,
figure-
get them in, I
Right.
guess, and vote on them if you want to.
if you have a real strong preference, why this one over this one? I
Yeah.
think the people that out there who really feel strongly about a certain troop would go, no, I want that one.
And
I
you
want
can
that
say, oh, what about this
I
tiny...
kind of have a feeling it's
this
going to
tiny
be the assassin.
This tiny tweak. God,
Because I think we all agreed on the assassin.
That's awesome. And
No, Boneyard did not vote.
But it
for
would
the
level
assassin.
that would level the
I did not vote on the assassin because you guys did, and I wanted it in, but you guys already voted.
right. So the assassin, I could just see it like leveling the playing field.
I use
against,
instead of going for the assassin, I use my Centaur vote to keep the Centaur.
given
still in.
given that heroes take a week at a time once you hit that certain level to heal and upgrade it, and this and it's expensive and it's a lot of time to have your queen or king down. I just think the assassin would change it.
It's probably a weak troop. It doesn't have a lot of hit points. It dies easy.
Versus housing space. Yeah, so it might not.
Yeah.
You'd have to deploy them right to get both heroes.
Yeah.
okay, I think I can get him in to do this before my heroes start attacking.
Yeah.
It would basically reverse the lure. Like, make it back to like, well, if you can get your assassin in there.
You'd bring them along in an air attack, because the king you wouldn't have to worry about. You'd send him after the queen. And
You could see the different ways to...
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, what am I going to take? I'm going to take 12 dragons or 10 or 11 dragons or 8 dragons and
2 assassins, 4 assassins.
4 assassins.
To get that queen out of there. Yeah. And then spells.
And hopefully my
run
4 assassins can make it to him.
Yeah, you send them in late so the dragons can get to the queen, and they have to run in.
And if the queen's targeting this, and they have to be around the cannons.
And they are low hit points, but they can jump. I don't know. Jumping makes them really, really powerful. They can just run over there and fucking start jacking her up.
Well, yeah, maybe they'd have to hit the walls or something. Because you're right. I think you're right. If it could jump the walls and get to there, it would be maybe it's scaling the walls. So it goes slow over walls. It goes to the next one. Scales the wall.
Yeah. Right,
so it slows down on the walls. Yeah. Like it's sneaking.
Is it the first thing the heroes target? Or no?
Well, no, because you would send
regular targeting.
so let's say there's a queen inside.
So the golem would soak it up while you went in and stabbed her in the hands.
Yeah. So if there's a queen in the middle, you'd want to get to the queen, have her on a target, so you could send your assassins in.
Yep, and then wait till she turns and starts firing, and then you drop all your assassins at once.
Yeah,
and they take a while to get in. Or you did
it'd give you the opportunity
to go wipe or go. We already have it's already open.
Yeah, and if they were on the outside, they might target the queen, but the defenses would be hitting them as well
as they ran in. Yeah, I like it.
And
then the Hydra wades in there and just fucking.
Well, I love the Hydra because if you send the Hydra in, it it gets stronger, but it basically becomes like a damage area thing, because by the end it's just doing tons of damage,
and it moves slower.
So it's not going to be deep.
Not only does it get more powerful, but it moves slower. So like once it hits 4 heads, it stops moving, and it just has a radius. It probably will kill.
It's kind of like the flying dragon.
If it's only if there's not a lot of defenses shooting at it, it'll kill everything in its radius and then die.
What if you add like so it got all powerful and then it died, kind of like the pig dog, and then it did a little bit of damage when it went up in fire.
Well, no, because it's a Hydra, so it's a monster, and its heads fall off and then it dies.
And so the Hydra.
Now here's another thing I want to talk about this contest. Centaurs are awesome. Minotaurs are awesome. Fucking Yetis are cool. The battering ram is the first time the battering ram idea came out. Ryan, 1994.
Yeah.
It's the first one that got the battering ram idea. The battering ram doesn't have to be 4 guys in a fucking log. It could be a centaur. It could be a minotaur. It's about the dynamics of what the troop
No, the minotaur only goes around the outside.
The centaur goes around the outside.
Okay, the centaur goes around.
But it's more the idea of what the troop does than its actual makeup. Whatever. Think of whatever. The Hydra is pretty much that's what it looks like. 4 heads. It's fleshed out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I like that. I like that because it's basically like a bomb. You send. You're not going to get to the town hall.
No.
But what can I take out with this big hit points? Okay, so let's wrap up here, and we'll wait to hear from a few people. Next time we record, we'll take any voicemails, any troop idea that has come in up to that point, and then we'll cut it off. Because we said February 1st. It took a little bit to get it out. So
the contest.
So really, it'll be probably
about
February 7th or so.
By the time you hear this, the contest is over.
Probably.
And we've decided a winner.
Well, yeah, because today is the 1st.
Yes, and I still have 3 episodes.
We may not have decided a winner by the time you hear this.
It'll be Friday.
We may not have decided a winner by the time you hear this. So get your opinions in once you hear this on the new troops, and then we will be coming up with the end game here pretty quick.
All right.
Yeah, this is much more difficult than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it really is.
Like, what would I be happy with? You know what I mean?
Well, I think we'd be happy.
Do you notice every time a new troop drops, we're not really that. It's like, oh yeah, we won, and then the new troop drops, and it's like, oh.
I think you said it best.
And then we figure out
excitement hangover or
Yeah.
update hangover.
Update hangover.
Or whatever it was. Because
Because then the pig dogs,
everyone
and you
was
hated
so
the pig
excited.
dogs.
You-
Well, it
Yeah,
takes so
oh, yeah.
long. It's like a week
You
of
just
all these things.
really angry about the pig dogs.
I love them now, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck these things. I'm
And-
going to upgrade them all the way and see if they're any.
And people were talking about in the clan, Aaron, that he heard the. No, I think it was somebody new to the clan. They're new to the podcast. Maybe it was Parkour, and basically he said,
Parkour.
I didn't know what pig dog was, and then I had to figure it out because it's a lava hound is what
Yeah.
we call pig dogs.
Pig dog. Yeah,
Sometimes
we don't
that-
ever call anything the right thing.
Sometimes that's
I think
one of the
that anybody
questions
that
I get
listens
asked to
yeah.
make sure they're a fan, because you have to be a fan of the podcast to get in the web to get in. So and then there was a little while where like somebody got in and told their friends like, "Hey, just say you're a fan, and they'll let you in." And then it was like, "You don't listen? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." Like, "Oh, Scotty and Boneyard? No, what?" Like, you're fucking out of here. Go listen to the thing, come back. And that's what, like the rest of the clan's doing, like, hey, this is for fans. That's what that's the plan.
Well, because then they get the sense of what we're talking about. Like,
Right.
We're
Well,
going to say, here's our theory
Well,
or philosophy.
here's the
So
reason to
sometimes
be in the clan.
it was
because-
right when that episode
You're
came
doing
out.
the same things that we're all doing.
Right when the pig
listening to the
dog,
podcast.
Yeah.
right when the pig dog came out, right when that
We don't
episode
really
came out, that was the
listen to
question. It was, oh yeah, I like the podcast. Wait, what's a pig dog? A lava hound. You're in. It was a thing. And then I don't know, all kinds of stuff that keeps changing. What the questions are to stick around.
I hope these people aren't going back and taking our advice from the old episodes. I know I say that a lot, but it's like even 3 months ago now,
Well, everything.
Well, when we
changes,
started
but
and our advice was wrong, I don't know how many times we were like, when we were learning how to play, like, oh yeah, that's not what I was thinking. This way now, like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you're right. And so episode to episode, it changes completely.
Well, this is
And every
Scotty
update.
saying, make sure to lure the CC
Yeah.
in your war attacks. If you are TH10 and below, mostly.
Get that king out to the corner and kill him.
Yeah.
What? How do you do that?
So,
With a
get a
siren.
hold of us at WBSMT Radio on Twitter.
42427 Clash.
And
ClashClansPodcast.com or ClashClansPodcast@gmail.com. So,
yeah,
keep it clashing.
we're
Keep
gonna
it clashy.
flush it
Awesome.
out.
Flush it out.
Flush it out. Flush
Awesome
it.
contest. All right.
Flush it real good.
Skilly beep beep.